So Stephen A. Smith is at it once again talking about Kawhi Leonard. I'm not even going to include the clip, but there was a segment on First Take today where he basically started off with praise for Kawhi Leonard, and then he followed it up with a disingenuous attack. It's the classic backhanded compliment Stephen A. always does. He was basically saying if Kawhi can't play in the Warriors-Clippers playing game, it's another instance where he's injured, another instance where he can't show up in the big moments, and the conversations are going to be had about his availability as if it's his choice. This is nothing new. This is the same Stephen A. who labeled Kawhi as Mr. Load Management, the same Stephen A. who said Kawhi is arguably one of the worst superstars to ever play, and this is the same Stephen A. who just told Kawhi Leonard he should retire from the game of basketball just a couple of years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Look, I understand injuries have definitely played a part in Kawhi's career. No one could deny that. But instead of talking about what the conversations will be if he gets hurt or if he can't play again, let's talk about what happened when he did play. Kawhi Leonard played 65 games this year. That's nearly double what he played last season. He had a career high 28 points per game on career best efficiency, arguably his best offensive season he's had in his whole career, going on 35 years old. Not to mention he set his career high with 55 in a crazy performance against the Detroit Pistons, who are an elite defense. Not to mention he has an on-off net rating swing of plus 14, which is third best in the entire NBA, only behind Nikola Jokic and Victor Wembanyama. Not to mention he lit up the All-Star game. Not to mention the historic comeback he led the Clippers on. No team has ever been that far below 500 and then ended the season above 500. And that's what Kawhi's season was about. That's what Kawhi Leonard did when he was on the court this year. And instead of talking about that and celebrating that, we're going to just push the same lazy narratives and lazy agendas that you've been pushing for years. It does a disservice to basketball fans. It doesn't help anyone. Let's talk about what Kawhi Leonard did this season and why it was special. And then maybe it's too much to ask, why don't you talk about the play-in matchup? Why don't you talk about what Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers should be looking to do against the Warriors and vice versa? Talk about basketball.